Here now with more on our top story. Fox News contributors Joe Concha and Charlie Hurt. Okay, can we all agree, both Joe and Charlie, that Fake Jake is not a journalist? He is a liberal leftist talk show host. I can pull more tape night after night after night to prove it to the country. He has to be off the list. Agreed? Joe, we'll start with you.
Agreed. Jake Tapper has said publicly, Sean, that Trump is a threat to democracy and has a, quote, disdain for democracy. Never says that about Joe Biden for some reason. And as you just showed, Tapper has ordered his own control room to not show Trump speaking live. This is an activist you're looking on your screen, not a journalist, and he's a narcissistic performer more than anyone that we can see at that network. Now, as for Trump, by calling this bluff, what this shows, Sean, is that Donald Trump is absolutely fearless, and he has no fear of Joe Biden whatsoever, especially this version of this 81-year-old president. And it shows panic in the Biden camp. You used the word before. It's the accurate word. After seeing more polls, as you just showed, key swing states, but also Minnesota and Virginia are now a dead heat. No president, Republican, has won Minnesota since 1972. No one in the Republican Party has won Virginia since 2004. Now, this first debate will be on CNN, as we just talked about, and that's about as trustworthy as gas station sushi. This is the same network, you may recall, who shared debate questions with Hillary Clinton in 2016 on two separate occasions. So given the personal animus almost everyone at that network has for Trump, I mean, who's to say this isn't going to happen again? This is also the same network, by the way, that ousted its own president last year for the crime of giving Trump a town hall on its air. And that's all thanks to a mutiny among its journalists from within, starting with Jake Tapper. But on another front, Sean, we need to watch what topics are chosen for this debate, because since the moderators are Tapper and Dana Bash, it is assured we're going to get a heavy dose of January 6th and Trump's legal trials and abortion with a capital A. So I'll leave it here, Sean. The most important issue for voters per Gallup right now are the following: economy, immigration, poor leadership in government, poverty and homelessness, and foreign policy. All of these issues are ones that voters see Trump being able to handle, particularly the border and economy, far better than Joe Biden, who won't have scripted remarks and a teleprompter to guide him for 90 minutes, regardless of the venue. And we've seen what happens when Joe Biden speaks without a teleprompter. It's cleanups on aisles 5, 18, and 24.
Okay. I also would add, Charlie Hurt, that they got to pull these debates. Whoever has the debate, by the way, whoops, my flag moved. Whoever has these debates, it should be made available to everybody. This way, every network runs it, get the biggest possible audience so that we have a well-informed country before people start voting and go to the polls on November 5th. Do you agree with that? And secondly, what about the gall of the media and the mob in the media and Joe Biden thinking they can dictate all the terms only for networks? I decide. I make all the rules. We don't even ask Donald Trump, and the networks go along with that? Sorry, that's never happened. That can happen here. And people like Fake Jake, as Joe pointed out, no. You don't put partisan liberal hosts to make it 2-on-1.
Yeah. Well, one of the great things about Donald Trump is that, for a long time, we've seen this kind of stuff from left-wing hacks in the media like Jake Tapper. But the problem for them right now with Donald Trump, and the reason they hate Donald Trump so much, is because in a debate between Donald Trump and Jake Tapper, Donald Trump wins. Donald Trump has been destroying this media. That's been his favorite thing to go after for 8 years. And it's what has made him such a success in politics, is that, he's accustomed to going up against these people who have absolutely filleted every Republican who's ever come along. And Donald Trump's the first guy that comes along and steps up to him and fights back mano a mano. And so I agree with everything you say there, but I also have a lot of faith that Donald Trump, whoever the moderator is, Donald Trump is going to beat Joe Biden and then is also going to beat the moderator as well. And the moderator is going to try to rig this thing in every way they can. And we've seen it. What I think is so interesting about this, I think Joe Biden made this announcement this morning. It was his opening salvo. I think that you guys are exactly right, that what he's hoping is that they'll wind up with fewer debates, even fewer debates, but at the most, he'll agree to 2. Trump, because he's used to walking into dens of his enemies just as like, okay, sure, I'll do whatever. But I think that Biden wants to do this early enough so that however catastrophic this thing winds up being for him, they're hoping that it'll sort of be forgotten by the time the election rolls around. And that's the other reason why they want to make it virtual. They want to make it virtual because they don't want it to be a dramatic event, so that they're hoping people will forget it sooner. And Joe Biden has proved that he's willing to run campaigns virtually. They're talking about doing the convention
I like this idea.
virtually.
Earlier, before any votes are cast, is great. And by the way,
I agree with that.
CNN and ABC get a debate. Fox gets their debate. Trump agreed. Joe, are you afraid of Martha McCallum and Brett Baer? They deserve a debate. But all right, I got to roll, guys. Charlie, thank you. Joe, thank you. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.